And
Um,
again, this is where we throw shade at Adam Silver for thinking Kevin Hart and Ernie Johnson are going to be sick to commentate a game together. What commonalities do Ernie Johnson and Kevin Hart have?
I actually can't think of one. I actually can't. I can't think of a single one. Stop! 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 Complaining about All Star Weekend is corny. Stop commenting about the runtime of commercials. I don't want to hear it. No one wants to hear it. 90% of the people commenting about All Star Weekend didn't actually watch it and only viewed it through social media and were like, oh, this sucks. This sucks. King of the fourth quarter, stop. Alex Hoop, stop. It wasn't that bad. Y'all need to chill, bro. Okay, that's my rant. My name is Mike Miles. Welcome back to Good Morning Let's Basketball. I'm with my co-hosts, Kevin, Daniel, and Victor. And today we got a lot packed for you guys. This is episode 18 of season 3. Fellas, how are we feeling?
Beautiful day here in Atlanta. You can see it's nighttime. We're hitting Magic City after the recording today. I'm doing well.
Doing great on this Tuesday afternoon. Ready to talk some ball, All-Star weekend. You already got some of the feelings off your chest.
Had to run some solo squads on that for a second. But Daniel, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Life for me is on the up and up after it was in the gutter for a while, and I actually won. I actually, for one, like the commercials during the All Star weekend. So.
Okay. Someone a consistent listener of the show, Mr. Weaver, big Pacers fan, texted me the other day and he was like, Daniel is always consistent when you ask, how are you guys feeling, with like the most low energy, I'm doing all right answer every week. And I just thought it was funny because it's low-key facts. He always goes last and he's like, I was in the gutter for a little bit. And it's just, man, I'm glad things are on the up and up for you. But GMLB family, today we're gonna be talking about a few different things. Gonna go a little bit of an old style with this episode. If you're familiar with our older content, more free, loosey-goosey type episode here. But we're gonna start off with talking about the newest Hall of Fame finalists for the ballot this year at the Basketball Hall of Fame. Those being Dwight Howard and Carmelo Anthony. More of a controversial player class than most people were expecting. And we'll get into that. We're not going to sit here and say they won't make it, but there's definitely a conversation to be had. After that, we're going to go into our All-Star recap. You got a little taste of that earlier. Apologies for that. After that, we do have an email this week from one of our fans, a great contributor to the comment section of our show on YouTube. And then after that, we have Victor's personal top 5 series. We did the top 5 series a few weeks back with Kevin. So now we're going to get Vic's taste of his top 5, and we'll get to that. So let's just jump in here, fellas. The Hall of Fame class in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, Dwight Howard and Carmelo Anthony. Let's start with Dwight Howard. Fellas, I want to start with you, Kevin. What do you think about Dwight Howard's Hall of Fame chances? Do you think he deserves it? What's the deal? Because this is a controversial player for a lot of people.
I mean, I think looking at this year's list, shit, you can throw anybody in there. I feel like there's more referees and coaches than ever before. Am I stupid for not knowing that referees can make the Basketball Hall of Fame? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I did not know that.
I knew they could make it, but not on the same ballot as players and stuff. I didn't know it was like literally one of the things on the ballot is just 2008 US Olympic basketball team. It's like, okay, so the whole team's just getting inducted. I was unfamiliar with that as well.
Same here. But Danny Crawford is a finalist. That's the GOAT, even though he's a controversial ref. Screw it. He brought some entertainment. But back to Dwight Howard. I mean, the guy's a champion. 3-time, three-peated the Defensive Player of the Year award. I feel like that's Hall of Fame worthy. Not a lot of people do that. I feel like it might have been a little early to induct him, if that makes sense. I know there's not really like a timeline for like when you can induct players after they're done playing or whatever, but I feel like he deserves it. I mean, he's one of the most dominant bigs we've seen given the era that he played in. So I feel like he deserves it, but just a smidge too soon to induct him.
That's what I felt like too, because the Lakers were an option for him to be like signed there before they got Alex Len. So there was talks of him coming back in the NBA and playing. So that's what I didn't understand seeing this either.
I was gonna say, was that an option created by Dwight Howard in his tweets, or was that like a legitimate like signing that people looked into? Because I never saw anything about that from like a legitimate source. From like a legitimate source. I seen it from like other people saying it, but like legitimate source, it was never spoken about.
Well, regardless, he's still tried to get into the league again. It seems like he begs someone to at least play with him in Shanghai or something every year.
What team is he on right now? Is it like I know it's in China, right? But is it like the Shanghai, what is it? Shanghai Sharks?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Howard agreed to a contract Tuesday with Strong Group Philippines and will play with the squad during the 2024 Dubai International Basketball Championship. Okay. New development inbound. The Strong Group Philippines. That's pretty good.
He's probably treated like a king over there.
He never played for Shanghai.
Yeah, I mean, I wait.
He was in Taiwan for a bit.
That's what it was. Okay.
Taiwan. I'm watching you, Victor. Shanghai. Victor racist? No, I'm just kidding. That's not real. I'm just kidding. I didn't want to say that on the show because I was like, do I say this on a hot mic? No, I'm just playing. Not actually. Taiwan, that's right. That's totally right. Daniel, what do you think about Dwight Howard making the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I was just about to say I think this is a no-brainer. I mean, Dwight Howard is like one of the most well-known household names when it comes to the NBA. I feel like, if not for his many, and I mean many commercials that he's done over his long NBA career, than for, the Superman dunk or for literally anything that he's done across his NBA career. I for one think that he's a big enough name, and if not for like that, he is also an NBA champion. He's an Olympic gold medalist. Like, dude's got the hardware to prove that he's deserving of it.
He's also very controversial on Twitter. He's got a lot of controversies in the background. Unfortunately, we won't get into those because those don't affect his Hall of Fame status. But he's definitely relevant in more ways than basketball. We'll say that.
If anything, that helps his chances.
I just pulled a Malika Andrews on Good Morning Let's Basketball, bringing up some dirt on the player we're talking about. Yeah, so let's just go through the career achievements here. NBA champion 2020 with the Lakers, 8-time NBA All-Star from 2007 to 2014, 5-time All-NBA first team. That's actually more than I remember. 2008 to 2012, All-NBA second team in 2014, All-NBA third team in 2007 and 2013. I believe 2007 was his rookie season. Yeah? Is that his rookie season? Let me look that up.
I think it was 2005.
Oh, really? He was in the league that early?
Wait.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was 2005.
Okay.
It was 2005. 2004, 2005. Okay. 3-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, 2009 to 2011, like Kevin said. 4-time All-NBA Defensive First Team, All-NBA Defensive Second Team in 2008, 5-time Rebounding Leader, and 2-time Block Leader. When I came into this podcast, I felt like arguing, but How did this guy not make the top 75 exactly?
See,
How did
that was a big argument I know a lot of people had when that list came out. That how was Dwight not on there?
looking at those achievements, I like kind of understood when that list happened, but now reading them, I'm like, how did how did he not make it, bro? But Damian Lillard made it?
Ooh.
Use my brain fog, but that list came out after he was a champion, right?
I believe so. Wasn't it? It came out the year we were roommates in college, Kevin. So that was 2021, 2022, that season.
Then it was
So it came
after.
out.
I
Yeah, it came
believe
out in
so.
2022, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But the list could have been finalized before that. So maybe like when the list was finalized, he didn't have a championship, is what maybe people overlooked. But then again, like you said, Damian Lillard was there, and he
Hmm.
has like what, a rookie of the year.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and he's
and all
really high on
stars.
the 3-point list. Like we saw that. He was like fourth or fifth, I think.
Yeah. Now he's an NBA Cup champion. Solid.
Yeah, Dwight Howard doesn't have one of those.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, and he has an in-season or a Emirates Cup.
That's
That's
what we just said.
That's what we just said.
Twice.
Oh, bro. No, wait. Hold on. Maybe he's got a point. He doesn't have an in-season tournament cup. He has an NBA Emirates Cup because they
I
changed
said
the name.
NBA Cup. I said NBA Cup.
Giving Daniel some grace on that.
Yeah, no,
It
don't
was-
throw me a bone. I tuned out for a second.
Bro, tuned out for
I
like
thought you
a
what I
minute.
what I thought you said was he won like the All-Star. I was thinking All-Star, and I thought you said like he has an All-Star something.
He did though, didn't he? He does have an All-Star MVP,
He
Damian
does.
Lillard.
Daniel was thinking of the 3-on-3 that he had on Sweet Life on Deck with Darren Williams and Kevin Love versus Cody, Zach, and Woody.
He played as
Please tell me you know what you're talking. Please tell me
he
you know what I'm talking about.
he was Mr. Mosby's brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back talking about Dwight Howard. Um, yeah, I saw that clip of Dwight Howard on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, or Sweet Life on Deck. Sorry.
Yeah.
With Darren Williams and Prime K Love.
Dude, that just unlocked a memory that I like haven't thought about in a long time. But
Yeah.
um, career averages: 16 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 60% shooting, 57% from the free throw line. Classic traditional big.
Wasn't his game. Yeah, dude, looking at his highlights from the year that Orlando went to the finals, man, it's like
Mm,
upsetting that he wasn't that dominant for like longer. He was dominant
yeah.
for a good while. Like he had a lot of good years, but had he like been that dominant up until like the mid like 2010s, like that would have been great to see. Even when I was making that video about like the Orlando Magic and Dwight Howard, just like getting more familiar with like kind of like the deep cuts and the highlights of that season, I was like, damn, this dude was nice.
Yeah, bro. When I was editing that, seeing all the Dwight, like an absurd amount of just like spikes to the fifth row. Like I can't even remember the last time. Like I watch the NBA almost every night. I can't remember the last time I saw someone like spike it into the stands. But like watching Dwight Howard's highlights, dude, I feel like he did it on purpose. He just send it as far as he could send it. But yeah, for anyone wondering, we do have a 2009 Orlando Magic retrospective video, narrated by Kevin on the second channel if you're interested in checking that out to see some of those highlights. But um, yeah, I this is more of a no-brainer than I thought. I guess the argument against him would be a lot of people. I guess it would just be straight up the recency bias.
Yeah,
Just he only had like a limited time as a superstar. Pretty much his Magic days and part of his Rockets days. I would say he was a superstar. Um, and then like his game, I'm pretty sure it's just all contingent with his athleticism as he aged. Dude's still a beast athletically, but just not the skill didn't really age with him. So I feel like those stints in Washington, those stints in Atlanta, those stints on the Hornets, like those years, I feel like really hurt his case to most fans, and that's probably why we don't vote on it. But fellas, any opinions on Dwight Howard's case against making the Hall of Fame? Anything passionate?
Get him in.
Mm. And as always, we will use the silver bullet here. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. Everyone makes it. So we'll use the silver bullet on that one. But let's move into Carmelo Anthony. I guess this time on the panel, we'll start with Victor. Victor, how do you feel about Carmelo Anthony finally making it to the Hall of Fame? And quickly, sorry, before you go, I forgot to mention this. It's 4 seasons after you retire. That's when you're eligible to make a ballot for the Hall of Fame. Just wanted to mention that. And it seems, I don't know if that's a new thing because like didn't like Ray Allen and Vince Carter and all them like just get in, but okay. Anyway, go ahead on Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, I think he's a Hall of Famer for sure, definitely. 10-time All-Star, one of the NBA 75 players. One of the greatest scorers we've seen in the NBA during his early Nuggets days, and even on the Knicks, man, he was a killer. I remember there was talks about him going to the Bulls at one point, and I was excited. I wanted him to come to Chicago. I was really hoping for that to happen, and it never did. And after that, I kind of started to, I'll be honest, I kind of started to dislike Melo a little bit just because he played with the Bulls, I felt like. But he's a great player, deserving of the Hall of Fame for sure. It just sucked we never saw him get a championship.
Yeah. You guys know Melo's like one of those players I like to defend. Got a soft spot for him, but the longevity was there with this guy. Every single year from his rookie year in '03 up until 2016 and 17, he was averaging over 20 points. You saw the drop off a little bit in his points per game when he got to like the OKC, Houston. Oh my God, he was on Portland. Jeez, I remember that. And
Don't
LA.
forget the Lake Show.
Yep. And then on the Lakers too, where that's kind of forgettable. But what's funny about his stats, his last 4 seasons in the NBA, he averaged 0.5 assists a game, 1.5 assists, 1.5 assists, and 1 assist. Carmelo never swing the rock, Anthony. He did that best. Straight up, straight bucket getter. I love Melo. Kobe said that's one of the hardest players he's ever had to guard next to KD. So yeah, man, big Melo fan. I just would have loved to see him get more hardware.
Yeah.
National champion with Syracuse though as a freshman. Shut up.
Go ahead, Daniel.
No, I was just gonna say, like me in particular, I'm not a huge fan of Melo just because I like a little bit more of like explosive players, and Melo's one of those players that a mixtape starts kind of playing as soon as he touches the ball. But I can't argue with if he's deserving to be in the Hall of Fame. He's one of those players again that's just very well known and has influenced so many players after him to just be like, I don't want to say like ISO scorers, but like to not be afraid to put back to chest and take someone, you know, on late in the game with a lot of pressure, like where most players would have passed. He wasn't doing that. And I don't know. I guess I would just say that Carmelo is one of those players that has paved the way for so many of your favorite players now. And the original Melo too, not the new one, like we've all seen the memes of new kids calling LaMelo Melo.
Kevin, I'm going to default this to you because I'm surprised you didn't bring it up. Are you forgetting a little facet of Carmelo Anthony's case here? One particularly played overseas in 6 different colored rings, and I'm talking about Olympic Melo. You're a very passionate Olympic Melo fan. You want to go ahead and go off on that?
Oh yeah, nothing really needs to be said. It was in my mind. Greatest Olympic player of all time. I mean, when the dude was repping the USA on his chest, he was quite unguardable. People talk about, oh my God, Curry in 2024, that shot that he made, 99% of people can't even hit. BS. Put on some Melo highlights. And if y'all haven't, I know I showed Victor and Miles some of these highlights. For all the fans out there, Daniel, you too, go ahead and put on highlights from the 2008 first round playoff series when the Denver Nuggets played the Lakers, where
Oh,
they
it's
had
so
where
good.
they
It's
where they
so
had
good.
where they had good AI who was averaging like 26 or 27 that year. They had Melo who was averaging mid 20s, Kenyon Martin, Marcus Camby against like
Oh.
Pau Gasol, Kobe Lakers with Lamar Odom. There was just so many buckets in that series, just pure hoops. I love watching that series in the highlights. I watch it a lot, more than I should. But
Oh, the clip of him and Kobe in the post, like going back and forth, like trying to get position. Dude, it's one of the greatest, it's one of the greatest clips ever, bro. Gets me fired
yeah,
up.
it's like they weren't even like trash talking or like getting under each other's skin. Like they were just playing.
They're just competing. Like
Yeah.
man, that's a good
You don't see
shout.
that now.
That, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Does Melo have the Olympic team scoring record still? I see here 2012
Uh,
London Olympics,
I feel like KD might have beat that, didn't he? Because he's just played the
37.
longest.
Yeah. Um, I mean, low key, he's how many Olympics has Katie played in? He started in what, 2012?
Yeah,
Was that
it's
his
Kevin
first
Durant.
one? What was it? What's the points?
He broke 488.
No, not
So,
total points, like points in one game.
oh, points in one game.
Single
I have no
game
idea.
scoring.
I thought you were talking
I'm
about
pretty
the
sure
like
Melo.
overall.
I'm pretty sure Melo has it with 37, but if you could fact check that, that would be great. 10 of 12 shooting from 3-point range that game. Oh my gosh. Probably hit 10 threes in an Olympic game. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah, it is Carmelo.
um okay. Got it. So Carmelo Anthony, most games played, participated in 31 Olympic Games, the highest for any U.S. male basketball player, and the all-time leader in rebounds for Team USA at 125. But KD, he was the previous all-time leading scorer for Team USA, but KD just recently broke that. Played in 2004 Athens Olympics, 2008 Beijing Olympics, 2012 London Olympics, 2016 Rio de Janeiro. Dude, he's played in four Olympics. That's great. Three gold medals, one bronze. We don't talk about Athens, but that's crazy. Talk about longevity. That's something you could throw in his case.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was touching on earlier. Like he had the longevity for like a Hall of
Hmm.
Fame worthy career. It's just like the hardware is what people harp on. He just has like so little hardware.
Yeah. That was a good shout, though, with the NCAA champion in 2003 with Syracuse.
Facts.
Because that
Facts.
matters for the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. It's full basketball career, not just
Yeah.
NBA career. So, wow. Um, but yeah, just some career stats, I guess. 10-time NBA All-Star, like Kevin mentioned or Victor mentioned earlier. 6 All-NBA selections. Never made the first team. Made the second team twice. Third team 4 times. NBA scoring champion in 2013. That was with the Knicks. Yeah, Knicks
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Averaging 28.7 points per game. Bro, that's crazy for 2013. Pace was a lot slower. NBA 75th anniversary team, and then 27,000 career points. He's ninth on the NBA all-time scoring list. At the time of his retirement, he's gone down since then, I believe. Let me actually fact check where he is
I
right
wonder where he
now.
was in the MVP voting for that. Oh, he was third for that year.
I know KD just cracked like top 9, top 8. with 30K
Mhm.
points. So he might be even outside of the top 10 if you have that pulled up.
Yeah, he's number 10 now. Kevin Durant
Ah,
has passed him.
He passed
Yeah.
Carmelo.
Yeah, he passed
Okay.
Carmelo and Shaq. So he's at number 8 now.
Yeah.
Um, but Melo dropped to 10 when KD
Oh
came in.
yeah. Yeah, there's no
But
doubt
yeah,
he's not in the Hall of Fame, man.
is this real quickly, can we touch on this? Is this the part where I say Carmelo Anthony might be the most forgotten player ever by the time this is all over?
No, I think more people will forget about Dame Lillard long term than Carmelo Anthony.
He's already lost his nickname. They
Lost
already
his
gave his
nickname.
they gave his Denver number to Jokic. They both wore 15 in Denver.
I was gonna say that. But like, dude, Jokic was drafted during a commercial. He was like late second round pick. They did not know this dude was gonna be a walking 30 and 20 and 10 years later.
But think about it, like they gave a second round pick drafted during a Taco Bell commercial, 42nd or wherever, Carmelo Anthony's number, which is honestly worse than giving it to like a top pick if you think about it. So
Then again, I
It's
feel like people might remember Melo a little bit more for the Knicks. Bigger
true.
market.
Definitely for like our age range for sure. Because that's when a lot of people, I feel like that's at least for us, that was definitely the prime of like basketball was like that era, early 2010s. But for newer fans, I mean, we'll just have to see if Melo's resume stands. Because like you compare that guy to like the greats of today, it's like Giannis, Jokic. It's like pff, there's really it really doesn't compare much, but
Yeah. Back to what you were saying earlier about forgotten. He won't be more forgotten than Jimmy Butler.
That's a good point.
ooh. Jimmy Butler's gonna be like one of those players where you like look back and you're like, wow, who is this guy that keeps going to the finals? It's like, who are they playing? Who's their best player? It's like, who is Jimmy Butler? Why is he in the finals like every year? Like for the 2020s. It's that's actually a good point. Maybe Jimmy Butler will be like Michael Redd with finals appearances kind of deal.
James Jones.
Um, but yeah, we don't have to drag much on Carmelo Anthony. I feel like Melo, just based off perception, has a higher chance than Dwight would. But although I think Dwight, besides the Olympic resume, probably has a slightly I don't know. Let me actually ask the panel. Do you guys think Dwight Howard's resume is better than Melo's? All I'm
I
seeing from Melo is like the points really and the Olympics.
no, his resume is better. Dwight's is better.
Yeah,
It's
I was
just
gonna
I
say
feel like
Dwight.
it's just skewed because all of Dwight's achievements came in those like Orlando days and early Rockets days. So like it was just all at the beginning. Melo's I feel like had just a longer timeline, but
Yeah.
uh
They have like very different careers. One was
mhm,
better for longer, one won a lot more than the other.
mhm.
So I guess it's a question we could ask is who's the more controversial pick? Is it Dwight or is it Melo to get into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah. I
We'll
would
let y'all play around with
instantly
that one.
I would instantly say Dwight before we recorded this podcast, but I almost feel like it's Melo now. I feel like if Melo wasn't top 10 in scoring all time, he is a 10-time All-Star though. If I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Dwight actually. Just because 4 medals in the Olympics is kind of insane to like root against.
Plus, I feel like another thing too is I think it's a little bit too early for Dwight, like how Kevin mentioned. I just feel like maybe a couple more years and then I could have seen him go into the Hall of Fame. It feels like he hasn't really been retired for that long, has he?
I mean, he
Neither
still
has Melo.
plays.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
Dwight
Yeah.
Dwight plays. He just doesn't play in the NBA.
Well, Melo just retired 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, that's true too. It just feels like, well, the end of Melo's career was such a blur that it feels like he retired a lot longer than that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, Vic. But like, that is a good point.
Yeah, they definitely rushed to get these guys into the Hall of Fame, but screw it. There's a reason it's not us picking.
Yeah.
Because what if Dwight Howard does come back, and they already induct him?
There's no way he comes back.
No, I know.
I'm gonna just leave this here. Going back to that Lakers series, that was the farthest Melo ever made in the playoffs was the Western Conference Finals, where they lost to the Lakers 4-2. In that series, he averaged 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Well, sorry, that was during the whole playoff run, actually, not just that series. That's insane. Like, damn. That's
Could have got
great.
a Denver or Orlando NBA Finals would have went crazy.
That would have been a fever dream.
Yeah.
I feel like that finals is already so forgotten. And then like if you just like don't have the Lakers in there, no way that NBA would have let that happen. That would have been like the Lakers Nets where they just rigged it. Is that 2002 playoffs? Was it the Nets or
Yeah.
the Kings?
It was,
Which team?
well,
It was the Kings that got
Lakers
screwed.
Kings, yeah.
It was the Kings. Yeah, it was the Kings, not the Nets. I'm sorry. With like Mike Bibby and all them.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, so I think the verdict is they both make it easily. Not much of a
Yeah,
debate
okay.
here.
Head to head, did we agree that it was Dwight over Carmelo?
I'm gonna go Melo. I think Victor went Dwight.
Wait, what? No, I went Melo. I was saying like most controversial would probably be Dwight.
Oh, okay. Okay. My bad. Yeah, I think our verdict was Melo would make it like if you had to choose one, but obviously
Yeah.
they're both gonna make it. So yeah, I had to give a shout to players that all of us grew up watching. Obviously, one of Kevin's favorite players, Carmelo Anthony, big influence on us as NBA fans. So, um, it was enjoyable to talk about them. But, fellas, let's move on to talk about the thing that everyone likes to talk about and say the same thing for every single year and just say every single video is just copy and paste. This is my least favorite time of the NBA season, and it's not because of the All-Star break. It's because every like NBA creator that I like to watch just defaults to this content, including us. So honestly, I can't really be mad because look what we're doing. We're doing the same thing. This is going to be our All-Star recap of All-Star weekend that just happened this past weekend. So quick wrap up. I believe Team Cavs won the skills challenge. Tyler Hero won the 3-point challenge.
Long.
Mac McClung three-peated the dunk contest. Shaq's OGs won. We'll get into all of that in a second here. Won the All-Star tournament, and the Rising Stars game was won by Chris Mullins' team, I believe, right? It was Chris Mullins'
Yes.
team of Rising Stars that were all starters that me and Kevin had a jolly good conversation about the Rising Stars that are literally all in the starting lineups for their teams. Okay, so who wants to start? I am all ears for this. Okay, Kevin, you could start us off on the panel. What was your impression of All-Star Weekend? You could start wherever. We'll go with you.
I told y'all the tourney format was trash, that it was stupid, but
It
y'all
wasn't that
disagreed.
bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It was not good. It was not a fun watch. Miles, I literally called you on the phone during the game, and you said I probably won't finish this. I don't know where the switch up went, but it's a little
Okay.
crazy.
That was during the final game and that was during the TNT crew being on the court in fishing gear. That's when I said that. Let me give some context to that take.
So I'll say this. All-Star I didn't like All-Star weekend this weekend. Again, just it's just a little redundant. It's boring, but it's not boring because of the players. They went out there and played decent games. Saw an interesting conversation come up on Twitter earlier this week. Something I never thought I'd see come up. And they're like, is Adam Silver the best for the NBA? Should there be a new commissioner for kind of like the decisions that he's made with like All-Star weekend and just everything else the past few years? We can get into that later, but I thought it was really funny that people like resulted to that after like All-Star weekend and how it went. I've seen the memes about all the commercial breaks and the amount of playtime. Where they messed up the most was the commentary. Why is Kevin Hart on the court trying to be funny?
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro.
You know,
we're trying to watch our favorite players and the best players in the world play in a game where they were playing semi-competitively. Shea even shot free throws. Who the fuck would have thunk it? But it's
2 free throws coming up for SGA.
Yeah. I saw a meme. It was like, just turned the TV on for the All-Star game. Guess who's at the free throw line? It was a picture of Shea shooting it in the game. But yeah, just the idea of having an on-court MC like it's Rucker Park and it being Kevin Hart of all people was just such a stupid idea. It was so annoying. I muted the TV when they were playing.
Let's start with the commentary because I want to sit on this for a little bit. Victor, go ahead. I think you had something passionate you wanted to say because you did text the GMLB chat and you were like, dude, Kevin Hart is really annoying. I don't remember what you actually said, but it was something along those lines.
I'm so sick of the NBA trying to bring Kevin Hart to every All-Star weekend. They had him shoot against Draymond. They brought him back to commentate. He is so annoying and not funny when he is trying to host stuff. I think he's hosted other events before. I'm sick of him hosting. Like, just let him do stand-up. Because him at the All-Star game was so damn annoying. He like All-Star weekend was going good for me until he started talking.
Okay. I sent this in the chat, but let me bounce this idea off. Okay. At the start, you might know where I'm going with this. I think the problem with Kevin Hart was, yes, he was extremely annoying. Like, let's get that straight. I'm not saying he wasn't annoying. I think the bigger problem that amplified his annoyingness, if that's a word, was the fact that he had no chemistry with Ernie Johnson. It was so awkward watching those two interact. Like when Kevin Hart was like, hold on, Ernie, and he did like the corniest intro of all time coming out of the tunnel. I just think I don't think he had anything to work with. Chuck, Shaq, Kenny, when they were sitting with him, they weren't really saying much. And then Kevin Hart was trying to make something happen, and there was just no chemistry. So yes, Kevin Hart sucked, but at the same time, he wasn't getting much help. So I give him some grace on this, but I agree he was still annoying.
And again, this is where we throw shade at Adam Silver for thinking Kevin Hart and Ernie Johnson are going to be sick to commentate a game together. What commonalities do Ernie Johnson and Kevin Hart have?
I actually can't think of one. I can't think of a single one. That's crazy.
They both like basketball.
Like, it's just that's really about it. Like that's really it. I mean, it's just dumb. They're trying to make everything funny. They're just trying to make it super, super entertaining when it's just not. Like, it just sucks.
How many of the commentators that night had to hate on the product? Draymond, literally before the game started, it's going to the cutaway to start the game. Draymond goes, "Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, it's a 0." It's like, bro, why are you here? Like, why are you even talking about the All-Star game? I just don't understand. I don't understand what the deal with that was.
Okay, my thing about the All-Star weekend and in general, I think everybody's made it such a big deal for it to be like such a great weekend that there's the expectation is through the roof. And realistically, it's not going to be that. I think what the NBA players are doing, like not trying hard and stuff, I get that. Like this is a weekend where you don't want to get hurt in an all-star game. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that would
Mhm.
suck. Like this is supposed to be like honored that you're an all-star, you're having a great season. Let's have a game for fun, and whoever wins, they win, and call it a day. I think the just media and every old head in general has just blown it out of proportion, in my opinion. And this is like meant for kids also. Like this All-Star weekend is meant for kids. It's not meant for us as adults to be like being like, "Oh my God, they need to try hard," and everything like that. Because the Pro Bowl, if anybody watches the Pro Bowl, that sucks. I don't know who watches the Pro Bowl because that's literally flag football and it's trash.
Um, I I mean, I was watching a podcast and the host said at least the Pro Bowl just like gave up and like understood that no one will ever care and they just made it flag football. The NBA is just pushing it too far. But honestly, bro, I ain't even done with the narration on this. Like, can we talk about Kenny Smith continuing to just hate on the product during the All-Star game, especially the dunk contest? It's like, all right, here's the plan. Kenny Smith, I'm a hate on the entire dunk contest, and then the final dunk that gets a 50, I'm gonna just yell it's over. Can we stop just recycling this recipe of dunk contest? And then I'm glad that the Sabrina Steph Curry thing didn't happen again because we know what Kenny Smith did last year, talking about playing with dolls and girls shoot with a smaller ball. She should be doing this and that in the third and not in the shooting contest. Literally just I ain't even like liberal like that, but like just straight up misogyny on national television that was. But um and then why is Shaq talking about Bol Bol so much?
Dude.
Like why
It's
is
because
why is he
that
talking about
was
Bol Bol at the All-Star
that
game?
was I literally forgot about that until you brought it up because I can't remember. Yeah, he was like, dude, he was like defending him hard too. Like Wemby would do something cool, and they're like, "Yeah, Shaq and Bobo will do that." Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
That's more than Bol
It's
Bol
like,
has been
bro,
talked about all season at
Well,
the All-Star game.
dude, he constantly brings up Bol because of that one take he had when he was like, there was a Wemby before Wemby was Bol. He just doesn't try enough.
Coming
that's
from
just so
Shaq is
wrong.
crazy.
Yeah, like that's just such a incorrect statement. Also, I think like Shaq's oldest son was like best friends and played on the same AAU team as Bobo because he kept
Mhm.
saying like, "Nah, man, I grew up around this kid. I know what he has." It's like, yeah, we do too. We've seen him play.
He beat
Like,
Shaq once in the
no,
driveway, and Shaq thinks he's God now.
like it was just ridiculous. Like, I don't know, dude. The All Star game is whack. The 3-point contest, just get rid of it. The skills challenge is just silly. Dunk contest was cool. It was all right.
Can we let's sit on this now. The irony of the skills challenge, the best part of it being Wemby and CP3 cheating. That was the most entertaining part of the skills challenge. I think that's ironic in itself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's crazy is that Chris Paul said that he confirmed with the judges before that if he was allowed to do it, and they said yes. But I think, and they said yes, but I think like they're like, all right, we don't recommend you do it, but technically you can. But like probably for like the sake of ratings and the crowd booing, they had to like disqualify them to
Mhm.
make it like somewhat respectable. Because not just trash the whole weekend and All Star Saturday night that these dudes won because they were just the balls off the
Yeah.
freaking rack. That was hilarious, dude. I was literally like fixing dinner and I just like happened to look back. Wemby pulling up to the ball and he just starts flinging them. And I was like, that's a sick idea. I would have
Kev
never thought of that.
Kevin Harlan saying this has CP3's fingerprints all over it was like the funniest moment of the night for me because it's so facts. It's so facts.
Did you guys see the video of them getting told that that they wasn't gonna work, or that they got disqualified basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just some guy that came up behind them and was like, "We're not doing that."
Yeah, that dude came in hot. Because then one of the freaking like reporters tried to interview Wemby and CP, and he told her to go away.
Oh, yeah.
It's like relax.
Yeah, so we can have Draymond up here just straight up hating on the product, but when CP3 and Wemby cheat in a skills contest, all of a sudden it's why would you treat our product like that? Why would you
It's
why
like
would you make a mockery of our skills challenge? Like, bro.
it's like, bro, take it easy. First off, Draymond in a skills challenge is hilarious. That's a mockery in itself. Dude's a corpse. But yeah, like that dude that was the dude that got so heated at Wemby and Chris Paul, whoever the hell that guy was, no one knows. He just popped up out of nowhere in a bull ass blue suit. And like it was just stupid. That was the most entertaining part of the skills challenge was those dudes just flinging the balls. It was hilarious.
That was Adam Silver's shed skin in a suit. Just walks around and mediates All-Star Weekend.
Adam
That's
Silver skin
actually
suit.
hilarious. Holy cow. No, but I wanted to say, going back to like what Kevin said about Adam Silver and just like what the bigger topic is here, which is that like, do you guys think trying new things and making, the All-Star weekend basically more entertaining is the direction that they want to that he should be going? Or do you think like as fans we'll appreciate just simple All-Star weekend the way it's always been, or that it used to be, I should say, it hasn't been the same for a few years.
I think people
I
just
didn't
need to lower their expectations, man. At the end of the day, it's All-Star weekend. The players are gonna make the best that they can make it, and just to be happy with it, dude. I mean, the constant rule changes is it's kind of it's kind of repetitive, and it takes away from it being actually All-Star weekend and what All-Star weekend is. So,
I think everyone should go back because I spent a couple lunch breaks at work watching old All-Star game highlights. I think people need to go back and realize that like they weren't trying back then either. The
Yeah.
only All-Star game, I think I've watched every All-Star game since maybe 2013, 2012, 2013-ish. The only time I've ever seen them try was when Kobe Bryant passed away. That was the only time they've ever tried. And like I feel like people are just stuck on like having Kobe, LeBron, Kevin Durant, like all of these like all-time legends. And I know LeBron and Katie are still there. And we'll get into players who decided to DNP the All-Star game. But we'll get into that in a second because that's a whole nother thing. But I feel like people just like seeing like Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, like these like all-time great legends in the same All-Star contest. And they don't understand that they didn't try back then either. Go back and watch highlights. No one was trying. Like, yeah, Kobe broke Dwayne Wade's nose on accident, but like I just don't understand why people have, like Victor said, such a high expectation that these players were trying before, which they weren't.
Maybe they should move the All-Star weekend or the game to after the season.
Mm.
That way players might not have anything to worry about as far as like injury or whatever the case. Have it in the summer, man. July. That way we can know who the true All-Stars are. Because you see a lot of those merchants where they'll have like a good first half of the season. Oh, he's an All-Star. And then they'll second half.
We're looking at you, Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton, Roy Hibbert that one year fell off a cliff after All-Star weekend. You guys check for that and ran. But yeah, maybe look to put it at the end of the season where players don't have to worry about injuries and it's not in the middle of the season, which kind of sucks. Like in the middle of the season, they have to go to a neutral site and the players that aren't at all involved in All-Star weekend can go like on a week-long vacation with like like no consequences.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know.
oh,
Maybe look at that.
Can we also start the game earlier? instead of the game starting at 8:40, like, bro, I gotta go to bed. I'm on Eastern time. Could we start the game at like 7 Eastern instead? That'd be my
Sure.
cherry on top. But go ahead,
Yeah.
Vic.
I forgot about this, but I pulled it up because there's this NBA page I follow. It's called Slam Studios. Got 158,000 on Instagram. They posted their own like top 10 worst moments in NBA history. And number two, they have the All-Star game from this year. They have the All-Star weekend. I just couldn't believe that it was on there. It
For a
wasn't that
second,
bad.
It
for a
wasn't that
second,
bad.
for a second, I thought you were gonna say all 10 of the moments were from All Star Weekend this past year. That'd have been hilarious, dude. That's such a good video idea. I'm gonna make that. Miles, you're getting a file next Friday with that.
Where do we go from here? There's so many routes we could take. Let's talk about players who DNP'd. Why would they not why would they not say anything before they got there? The NBA had to step in and tell them, look, if you're not going to play, don't say anything because we need people to understand that you're here so that they watch. Because imagine you say Anthony Edwards isn't playing anymore. Like, that's going to turn a lot of fans away, and the narrative is already bad. Same with LeBron James, LeBron, sore foot, Giannis. Like, well, I think Giannis is actually hurt. Let me give some grace to Giannis. But Anthony Edwards and LeBron are the two I'm looking at specifically because they weren't replaced. They just straight up didn't play. They decided to DNP the All-Star game. Like, bro, what are we doing? That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's like a big advocate too for like players throughout the season, like taking like DNPs and like load managing. He was saying like everybody should play, especially like the young guys, and then like DNP is the most like laid back game of the whole entire year. It's like LeBron could have played too, bro. Just jog. People just want to see you.
Yeah. I was that insane to you guys too? The fact that
Yeah.
like I didn't even know he was not playing until the game started. It was like
Well,
Anthony Edwards won't be playing. I was like, huh?
the only one I heard was LeBron, and it was like an hour before the game started. It said LeBron's not playing, and I was like, oh damn, fake.
What was even more sad is they made him take they made him take a picture in his street clothes with everybody in their jerseys. And he's holding the ball. Did you guys see that?
That's crazy.
He's in his street clothes.
Bro thought he was Ben Simmons. Dude, like that was crazy, but um man, there's just so many routes to go. Do we even want it? I'm just gonna say this so I don't forget it. What was it like? 3 hours of commercials, 42 minutes of actual game time for that tournament. I'm just gonna say that I don't want to dive into that because like that's just a stat. Like you see that, you know what the problem is. We don't have to get into that. Let's talk about the Mr. Beast challenge for a second now. Because when I say they got absolutely bailed out by that kid banking that in, bro, that was about to be like I said in the GMLB group chat, that was about to be like Stephen Curry shooting for charity that one year where they're like, okay, every shot Stephen Curry makes is $100,000 to this charity. And then he just missed all five. And they're like, okay, give him another chance. And then he missed six. Give him another chance. Then he missed seven. And it was like just getting really awkward. You guys remember that? You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's when he was doing like the half court challenge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you got this kid, Damian Lillard, is just throwing up bricks. And it looks like he's trying to make them. If he staged missing, he staged missing really well because those shots were in and out. And then this kid is like not getting close. We got Mr. Beast out here saying, hey, you gotta keep shooting. You gotta make this because we're going to commercial break soon. Literally like broke the television fourth wall there. And then what about when he's like, hey, somebody come out, Kenny, Shaq, Ernie, somebody come out and give him advice. And like
nobody
no one
wanted
came.
to.
Nobody came out. It's just
He had to
so-
ask like 4 times, walk over there to get someone. I'm like, dude, they are so lucky that that kid banked that shot in because this
Dude,
was like
like-
the most awkward like moment I've ever seen in the NBA. Like that was
It was
awkward,
just
bro.
it's just so poorly put together. It's just not formulated at all. And yeah, like those like little challenges against NBA players are just dumb. I'm starting to believe a little bit that Damian Lillard might have like missed on purpose. And like you said, if he did it pretty damn good. I feel like it kind of like reached a point where he was like, I might just have to beat him just so we can get this over with. I might just have to hit this third shot. And it was so funny because the kid was taking so long to shoot. Like he would shoot and then Damian Lillard right away would shoot it. And then this dude would take 20 dribbles, can't muscle up the ball from half court. This kind of, I'm just kidding. But let me chill. But yeah, dude, like Mr. Beast was like, just keep shooting, please. He just like sit there and did like a free throw routine.
That's actually so true. He's doing routines.
Like, dude, like I was like, oh my God.
It's like Jackie Moon in semi-pro. Spinning the
Dude,
ball.
That was a hard watch.
Dude, he also went home with $7 less than he was supposed to because Kyrie took some money. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, Kevin Durant made him put it back, though. Kevin Durant made him put it back. Hey, things are going south fast in Dallas, man. Maybe if they keep going south, we'll be forced to talk about that again. But we'll just leave that there. If we have to talk about it, we'll talk about it. Dude, I just have like a list of things, man. I don't think the actual All-Star games were bad. Um, I thought everything was going good up until that TNT halftime tribute. I think once that happened, the players just didn't try after that. I mean, how could you? You're warm. It's like 11-16. We're playing to 40, and then we just have Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Chuck on the court. They got fishing gear on. Kevin Hart's there just yapping. Like, what are we doing in the middle of the game? It was like LeBron breaking the scoring record, and they just like stopped the game. That was kind of the vibe. It was just weird, man. That was bad. That was probably the worst part for me.
Yeah.
And that's where I called you, Kevin. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna finish this. Like, I genuinely Eastern time, I have to go to bed. Like, I have to wake up for work tomorrow. I can't sit here and watch a 20-minute TNT crew tribute.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I'll like reiterate what I said earlier. Like, it wasn't on the players this year. It really wasn't. It was all the extra BS they tried to do to get butts in seats.
Yeah.
I think
I was just gonna say, I for one like the tournament style of like playing multiple games. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like playing
I like
multiple
it
games like in one day.
other than the draft was staged.
oh, dude, I'm so glad you brought that up.
I
That
know you were passionate. I was gonna bring it
oh
up
my
for
gosh,
you.
I forgot about that. That made me mad seeing that it was staged because I was like, no way they just staged a draft for the All-Star game. Like, how corny is that? Like,
I never actually watched the draft, but then I saw the teams come out and I was like, wait, Shaq's OGs, everyone's old. I was like,
yeah,
wait, Chuck's global stars. Wait, everyone's from overseas. I was like, how did they do this? And then you were like, I remember you said in the chat that they like staged it. And I was
yeah,
like, okay, now this makes sense. Because I was like, there's no possible way they could have drafted these teams and had those exact like mottos. You know what I mean? Or those
Yeah.
exact
It just worked out.
representations. I was like, oh
yeah.
man, we just drafted, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
dumb, man. They should have drafted. I would have loved to see how the draft would have turned out. Just them drafting out of random order out of something, like random
Mm.
pick, random order, like how we do drafts. That would have been fun to watch. But
Like
no,
how every draft is done.
yeah, yeah.
What do you mean how we do drafts? The correct way to do a draft? But it was so funny because Reggie Miller was talking about how like if we were to do like a team world versus team USA, he's basically saying like the rest of the world is like getting pretty close to the USA as far as like talent. And Shaq was like, no, it's not. Stop it.
Oh,
It's not even
yeah.
close. It is not even close, Reggie. Stop it. It's like, oh my God. Silly.
I have a question.
We have answers.
Did you guys know that in 2019, Hamidou Diallo for the Thunder won the dunk contest?
What year?
2019? Do you guys have any memory of that guy in the dunk contest? What? Wait, what? Uh,
I'm gonna look it up.
bro,
Okay, yeah,
I
I do
have
remember this
no
guy.
recollection of this.
I do remember this dunk contest actually.
I remember the suit that Shaq was wearing when he dunked over him, but other than that, I don't remember anything.
You guys remember when Ben McLemore was in the dunk contest?
I do remember that.
So that's why I was gonna pivot. Because I was like, the dunk contest this year was really good, I thought. And don't make me have to start going off about Matas Buzelis not completing a single dunk. I'll save it because I know you guys don't want to hear that as Bulls fans. So I think Stephon Castle versus Mac McClung was very quality. And I think the fact that it swayed Kenny to like actually kind of enjoy the dunk contest was saying a lot more than it looks like it was being said because he's usually just hating on the dunk contest explicitly. So I think, dare I say, I think this was the most entertaining dunk contest since Donovan Mitchell in 2018, I
What?
would say. Yeah. I don't think Mac McClung had any competition last year or the year before. I think Stephon Castle's really the only person that's ever challenged him. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Other than the dunk contest was good, I'll give it that. Apart from the fact that it was a Vince Carter slob fest,
oh yeah.
like that was whack.
Why does everything have a caveat, man?
I
Oh,
know.
everything has a
That's what I'm saying. Like
caveat.
it's just so poorly set up and executed. It's like just shut up. But what else? I don't even remember what I was saying because I got pissed off.
No,
I
okay.
literally forgot.
I think this was the best. Oh man, do I want to say that? I think the All-Star game and the dunk contest were the best in a really long time. I think this was the best All-Star actual game since Kobe Bryant passed away. And I think that All-Star game might be a top 3 All-Star game ever. So, I think this is the best since then. I think this is the best dunk contest since 2018. I do not care about the three-pointer skills challenge or really the Rising Stars challenge. So I don't really care like when the last best one was. I think they were pretty much the same as every other year. I say this All-Star weekend, the only thing that detracted from it was the biggest things were the commentary and the commercials. I think you do normal commercials, less breaks. This is probably a 6.5, 7 for an All-Star weekend. I think people are over hating on it. And I know we just hated on it. We talked about only its flaws for like 40 minutes, but it was good overall. Besides the commercials. The commercials tanked it.
Yeah, I mean the hate that we were doing, we weren't even hating on the quality of the game. It
True.
was all about the commentary. That's all we just talked about, like you said, for the past 30 to 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Bring back Dink Pate next year.
Now Leonard Miller. Spin move cheese.
Yeah, that was some shit right there.
All right. Final thoughts on All-Star Weekend. Let's give it a rating. Let's go around and give it a rating. Just overall. I'm gonna say it was a 6.
I try to watch All-Star Weekend every year. I'd say this one was a 7-1.
Okay.
I like 6. I'm comfortable with the 6.
I'll go 7, like Victor said. I like there's ideas there that will be good, I think, if they get played out more.
Mm-hmm. All right. That went a lot longer than I thought it would, but that's okay because we're not on a time limit anymore over here at GMLB LLC. We have sold our rights, declined our House of Highlights contract, and we are completely independent. so, so we do what we want here, is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's read an email. This is a good one, fellas. This comes from Marco Printoski, a common fan of the show, relative to Kevin and Victor. If you want to email the show, this is at gmlbfans@gmail.com. We read all emails on the show. You can ask us about basketball or about anything else. Just we primarily try to keep it basketball. But let's go ahead and read the email here from Marco Printoski. Hello, Daniel and his henchmen. I come to ask the following. If you had to wear one of these two fits for the rest of your life, which would you choose? Tyrese Halliburton Inspector Gadget fit or SGA full peanut butter suit? Thank you. From a concerned fan. So, any one of you guys could start. Are we going Inspector Gadget fit or full peanut butter suit fit?
I'm probably in this scenario. I'm probably gonna have to run with the Inspector Gadget fit because with that fit, there was a like decent piece of it. I'm struggling to find words here, but the coat was nice, somewhat. The long coat, the pea coats, that's a good style. The peanut butter fit. First off, why was it so damn tight? Why was it that tight? It was like straight leather, brown. It was like a poop diarrhea brown. Like that was awful. Like people with money really overcomplicate outfits. It's kind of crazy. Like, why can't they be like Zion and just wear Nike Techs?
Yeah.
Like every game, that's probably all I can fit into. Anyways, I'm not like it's not my point. Not my point. I'm going with the Inspector Gadget fit. He had the glasses on, wavy, the coat, kinda, everything else I can play around with. But you're not catching me in a freaking animal dung outfit.
Bro, I had to look up the peanut butter suit again. Dude, that shit is so atrocious.
It's trash.
What was he thinking?
That's a good point, talking about how tight it is, bro.
Yeah,
it really
dude.
is
Yeah.
super tight. Oh my
What is
gosh.
this? He looks like Goldman from WWE.
Goldberg. Goldman.
It looks like creamy peanut butter too. I'm gonna go with the Inspector Gadget outfit
Yeah,
because it looks like someone took him, turned him upside down, and just went right into the jar of peanut butter. And it was out in the sun too, so it's like all melted and creamy.
Okay. Are you guys looking at the fit with like that gray jacket with the giant shoulders? Is this the right
Yeah.
fit?
It's
Yeah.
bad, yeah. I'm imagining if he like loosens it at the belt, like it'll look better.
Dude, like, no joke. I know you guys are going to think this is cap, and I'm just saying this to say it, but I might go with the peanut butter fit.
Doesn't surprise me.
I'm not even playing. Like, I get the peanut butter fit looks nasty, bro. And like, yeah, it kind of does, but it's kind of like in a way, it's kind
No.
of sick.
No,
In a
it's
way.
not sick. He looks musty.
I like the tie. The tie
looks
is nice
musty.
though.
Bro, he's
He's
even
even
got-
got
He looks-
gloves on.
That's
Gloves
what I
on.
was gonna say.
He looks dirty. He looks like he smells like shit. Like that fit is not. It's terrible.
I just think the Inspector Gadget fit is like not cool. Like it's not atrocious, but it's also like it just looks dumb. Like
Oh yeah, but the Skippy freaking crunchy texture fit is just it, huh?
I already know the Pacers fans watching this show are gonna hit my line and be like, dude, you just hate Tyrese Halliburton. So I beat you to it. You can't say that because I said it first. But bro,
Hey, I'm not
The
gonna
peanut butter fit's growing a little bit on me.
no.
I just like the tie. I think the tie is sick.
The gloves are crazy, dude.
Like,
Also, I feel like it would be comfier if I had to wear it every day because it's like tight. Looks like it's got like a nice high quality material it's made out of. I don't know,
I,
man. I think I'm going peanut butter fit. Am I the only one that
I,
went
Uh,
PB fit?
I know that this isn't like where the conversation is going, but I think about like if you were to approach like someone you were interested in either one of these fits, how could you like respectfully have like how could you have a good conversation without thinking, wow, I look like an idiot right now in
I look
either
like
of
this
them.
right now.
But
Yeah,
I was just
go
gonna
ahead.
say in that scenario, I think I might go peanut butter.
Why
what?
did
Yeah, y'all.
Tyrese why did he go viral for this? This fit isn't even that bad.
Well, because he's done it a couple times. He has different variations of that fit. Like he's done it like once or twice. Either way, what Daniel was saying, if you're gonna have to wear this outfit every single day. You're not really approaching any people. Everyone that sees you walking on the street is going to assume that you are walking dick cheese. It's not good.
Imagine a
Like I
chick like you have to wear this for the rest of your life. And imagine a chick like just seeing your IG. She's just scrolling through, oh, like he kind of cute, but what's this suit? And then she scrolls again. Oh, he's in it again. He's in the peanut butter fit, bro. Like,
Every
go.
every pick is
Okay.
that fit.
Someone comes over and they look in his closet and they just see the peanut butter suit like put in a glass case like he's Batman.
No, bro. There's like 8 peanut butter suits. There's just one for every day, plus an extra in case one gets dirty. Okay,
Jeez.
I'm switching to the Inspector Gadget fit. I don't know, now that I'm like looking at it, I don't know why this fit even went viral. Like, I didn't think twice about this fit. I saw Tyrese wearing this and I was like, okay, it's just normal NBA fashion, it's a little wonky. But like the peanut butter fit, you could tell something's like something's wrong with that. This is just like a trench coat with big shoulders. So, okay, I'm gonna switch because the question is you'd have to wear it every day. This would be a lot more reasonable of a fit. Like you could wear this to the office. I guess if you could probably wear this to the gym. You can wear this casually. The peanut butter fit is like I don't know. Okay,
You
I'm
know what
switching.
I think they might just be wearing the same suit, man. If you look at the pictures of the pants and what's underneath the trench coat, it's the same color as
Dude,
the peanut
imagine,
butter.
imagine it's the peanut butter suit with the trench coat over it. Like you're just wearing the same peanut butter suit. That's low-key
Oh my god,
facts.
he is.
Dude, they're
He's
both
wearing like a
secretly
darker
wearing.
peanut butter color, dude.
He's wearing
He
almond
just
butter.
he shows up to the game. They're playing the Thunder. Him and SGA are like in the back. He finally takes off the fucking the coat. It's just the same peanut butter outfit.
Be
That's
like the
fun.
Spider-Man meme of Tyrese and SGA in the peanut butter suits. Okay, all right. I I have a I have a soft spot for the peanut butter suit, but yeah, I think we're to answer Marco's question, we're going the Inspector Gadget fit. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's
I
All
just
think,
too
right.
tight.
yeah,
Let's
that's what I was
move
gonna
on.
say.
It's just too tight, man. The peanut butter suit's just too tight.
God forbid, let's move on. I'm getting nauseous.
So previously, we had Kevin do his top five player series, but today it's my day. I'm doing my top five player series. So for my favorite player, one of the favorite players that I've watched this season, and it's a story that I love this season, has been Gershon Yabusele. And he made his return to the NBA after playing overseas. His Olympic play for France has really helped him get back into the NBA. And he's brought a spark to the 76ers team that is not having the best season. this year. It started off pretty rough. And I love the energy and hustle he brings on the court. There was a game I was watching and it felt like he could not miss. And he brings the effort on both ends. They use him a lot in the pick and rolls for a three, and you'll often see him play at the dunker spot as well. Overall, he's a very fun player to watch. I really like watching Yabusele play.
Interesting. Former Celtics, so I got to give him his props. He was on the Celtics at one point.
Did not know he was French, but he also looks like he's in a lot better shape than he has looked in previous years too. So big ups to our boy Yabusele.
You're going to talk about his tight shorts like you did with Niang. Yabusele's probably got some tight shorts.
We'll pass on that today. I'm feeling nice.
Definitely one of the better role players in the league. Also, Victor, you said the Sixers started off bad. Nah, bro, the train is still off the rails. They're still bad. It hasn't gotten any better since the start.
I know, but it was really bad at the beginning.
Dude, it might be worse. I'm not kidding. It might be worse now. Like now we're at the point in the season where they might just like cut it. They might just stop. Like we might see Yabusele like start averaging like 17 points pretty soon because he's going to be starting shooting all the shots while PG, Embiid, Maxey all just sit and get healthy pretty much. So
Go get that contract.
yeah, for real. For real.
Hey,
But
this is his time.
don't play too well because then we can't re-sign you. Sixers mentality. It's the process. But Daniel, you got any thoughts on Yabusele?
Not really, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know much about this player, but he
I
looks
was
good.
just-
I mean, yeah. I mean, he had a bright future for him in Sixers on the Sixers if a certain someone drops dead, and he's a little bit more of a reliable option.
I was trying to ask Victor for the fourth because I was going to say there's a reason Daniel didn't speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, for my fourth player, one of my favorite centers in the NBA is someone I've been high on for a long time, and that's Jarrett Allen. He's a guy who isn't afraid to do the dirty work, one of the best rim protectors in the league, and a strong rebounder. Offensively for the Cavs, he's like the fourth option, but is still a great interior finisher and has improved his touch around the rim. He is great working big man. Lots to love about Jarrett Allen, honestly.
What are the odds Victor has 5 bigs? Just-
Victor just has 5 power forwards and centers. I will say former All-Star, one of the most forgotten former All-Stars in recent NBA history. Also, I feel like I'm glad you picked him because I feel like he's just one of the best personalities in the NBA. Like, dude just seems like a genuine guy. I remember that picture of him went viral where he was like, I don't remember who the picture was with, but he was taking the picture and he had like a fit straight out of Old Navy. Like, like it was just like a normal long sleeve and some sweats and like some pretty casual shoe carnival type of shoes. And everyone's like, bro, you're a millionaire. Like bust a fit. And he's like, just doesn't matter to me. You know? That's some genuine stuff right there.
yeah, haircuts don't matter to him either.
I remember there was a story on the Brooklyn Nets that was going around that he was the only person on the team with an Android, and everybody on the team made him get an iPhone so they can make the team message blue.
That's low-key smart. Like, yeah, I don't blame him for that. That's annoying when people have the green text in group chats specifically, not like one-on-one text, but in a group chat.
My
Yeah.
my family did that to my dad. Basically bullied him into getting an iPhone. So we wouldn't know. So when we sent pictures, it wasn't some blurry stuff.
It didn't show up as an IMG file.
Yeah.
Throwing up a quick stat, he is second in field goal percentage this year in the NBA at 70%. Bro's making 70% of his field goals. I know he's a big, but that's still just like crazy out of context.
I feel like he's so underrated, bro. Like not a lot. He
Making-
does not get a lot of attention.
He's a sleeper all-star.
Yeah.
He
I was
was
gonna say-
fringe all-star. They could have had the 4 all-stars like the Atlanta Hawks team back in the day.
Mark my words, the Cavs will go out just like that Atlanta Hawks team as well. Celtics in
Possibly.
5.
Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say like Jared Allen's a straight up hooper, and I think he's one of those players that like has a very high ceiling, at least from what I see. I honestly think he's not done climbing that ladder, and like especially with Cleveland being good right now, and if they're able to retain him over these next few years, I think he could be even better than what he is right now, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, he's also only 26. So I agree with you on that. All
Yeah, but
right.
for my third guy, as a Bulls fan, I have to throw in one of my favorite players on the team, and that's being Kobe White. It's been fun watching his offensive leap that he's taken the past season and a half. He's getting more scoring opportunities, and we've been seeing a points per game jump from the last season up 10 points. And he's also become a better playmaker, setting up his teammates. And defensively, he's shown better effort as well. Brings a lot of energy for the Bulls, which I love to see. And if he's playing the Milwaukee Bucks, you can probably guarantee he's getting 30 points that night. He loves playing against Milwaukee. I don't know what it is, but those are really fun games to watch.
It's good seeing Kobe White kind of come into his own. He was like one of those Bulls players where I was like, all right, this is it now. Like this season, you got to show me something, dude. I'm losing hope. Pat Williams, I've lost hope. But Kobe White is the dude who I hung on to a little bit. And then he started hooping. Good for him. He was still robbed last year, that award. But we don't got to get into that too much. Being a Bulls fan, love Kobe White.
Personally, I never thought he was going to be good. So I'm really glad that he's decided to finally come around, especially for your guys' sake, as Bulls fans. Finally, the Bulls develop someone that works. Also, I have been on the record saying that Kobe White didn't fit their timeline. I didn't realize he's only 25. So like Loki, he does kind of fit the timeline. He'll enter his prime or like his prime in 3 years. So if they could just develop some kind of talent outside of him, then they can go places. I don't know if he could be a number one guy though, personally, but
Nah, I don't think so either. But yeah, in 3 years, if they can resurrect Jordan and D Rose, easy.
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, I mean, I honestly don't really know what this guy's future looks like, but I don't think it's on the Bulls, to be completely honest. I feel like they'll probably get rid of him, which doesn't really say, I guess, a lot on Victor's list, but I guess I would just say that he is a fun player to watch and he is going to be valued somewhere else. I just don't know if it's going to be in Chicago.
leave it to Chicago to trade him.
Yeah, I don't think the Bulls know what they're doing right now, or or in the
You could
future.
get you could get a lot for him though, to be fair. So
That's just
They
saying.
could.
Like, I almost want them to trade him in like within the next season or two, just for his sake. Like, I want to see him do well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have any comments on Kobe White other than he is a very fun player to watch. That's a pretty reasonable pick for top 5 favorite players to watch. Brosha, I wonder what he would look like with a fade though. Just like a bald fade.
I
He
can see
probably
him getting a
look.
buzz cut.
Dude, if he came back with like a buzz, that would be crazy.
I don't know if
But
I don't know if you guys agree with the vision, but if he put in braids, he'd kind of look like SGA.
Mm, I don't see it.
no, I see that. I see that.
Shave the beard a little bit too, but yeah.
I think he would look tough with braids. Okay, but this is really off topic. We can go to number two. We can go to number two.
So for my second favorite, oh my gosh. For my second favorite player to watch, it's been Jalen Green. Jalen Green, when he takes over, it's so fun to watch. Very quick player, especially on fast breaks. His athleticism is disgusting. He makes it look so easy attacking the rim. He's also very crafty if he has to make a tough layup on someone. Also a threat behind the arc. If you he'll make you pay if you sag off. He has a pretty good dribble package too when breaking down a defender, and still very young as well, with a lot of potential. He's on a great Houston team, and I'm excited to see how he grows and how the Houston team does as well.
The maturity is making me happy because you guys know I've called him an AAU highlight hooper the past his whole career. And I've redacted that statement this past season because he looks like he's matured. He's acting like he's matured too. Dude's a bucket getter. Wish him the best.
I'm pretty surprised you said he's a threat behind the arc.
A little bit. He can.
He's only shooting
I
35%.
I know,
He's
but
shooting
like,
league average.
dude, there's some clips I watch him, dude. He can hit him, man.
See, that's being a huge Rockets fan this season, just in terms of just favorite team to watch. You get the game. It's a mixed bag with him, and that's pretty much been the story of his career. The nights you get him, the good Jalen Green, those are fun nights. But of course, we know about the Rockets half court offense. The nights where he's struggling, bro will shoot you out of the game. But um, yeah, he top 10 most athletic player in the league. Yeah,
Maybe
probably.
even top five.
Probably.
Five might be pushing it.
I don't know.
Maybe 10 though for sure. I just love when he freaking like tomahawks, bro. His tomahawk dunk package is sick. Um, but yeah, Jalen Green, rising star. How old is he now? He is
23.
20, only
23.
23. This guy's our age. Wow.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the age thing because I was just gonna say on my opinion on him. I think he's just plays with so much confidence and athleticism, and for someone that young in the league, I mean, there's a reason why at the beginning of the seasons, like we were saying, the Rockets are strong contenders, and obviously they have Sangoon and other guys that are involved that help that out. But being on a team that young and playing that well, I think is just a good environment for success. So yeah, definitely deserving of being on that list.
Let's hear number one. Who's your absolute favorite player to watch? And if it's a player I've never heard you talk about, I will say that.
No, 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 no. I actually just realized. I know this was supposed to be about this season, and this player hasn't really played that much this season. But my
Luca.
yeah,
It's
my
definitely
favorite
Luca.
yeah, my favorite player in the NBA to watch has been Luka Doncic. Ever since he's came into the league, man, I just love his creativity on offense. And some of the stuff he can do on the floor literally amazes me. You know, like Luka Magic, literally the nickname. And love the way he can break down defenders and embarrass them. It's one of my favorite things to watch. And his passing's unreal. And when he got traded to the Lakers, that absolutely shocked me. That I did
Yeah.
not see that coming and it kind of hurt too. I did not want to see that happen. Um, Also after D Rose left, it took me a while to find the new favorite player in the NBA, and I feel like Luca is that guy for me.
Yeah. Honestly, not much to be said. I'm pretty sure this one's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't know if I really want to explain why Luke is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think
I mean,
I think
just go
most
watch him, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
like I think even like the casual fans, us four, could even agree with that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think on the topic, though? What do you guys think about how some people are saying that Luka's having a tough time on the Lakers right now, like transitioning, just because it's a new team. It's not exactly the Mavericks being behind Luka the way that they were.
I mean, look at his team. He went from a roster that just went to the finals to a team with Jackson Hayes in the starting lineup. I mean, there's going to be an adjustment period. He's playing with 40-year-old LeBron, Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, one of the most overrated players in the league, and Austin Reeves as a secondary creator. Like, what's the guy supposed to do? You know? Uh,
Also, before his comeback, he didn't play until like Christmas, so he's been out for a little while. I think he's still trying to get his feet under himself. So we'll see.
mm, yeah, just normal adjustment. I mean, he's human, you know, it's gonna take adjustment. But yeah, not much to say about Luca. GMLB family will take a round of applause in the comments for Victor's top five. Next on the list, I think we'll go Daniel. We'll go Daniel for the top five series in the next next month or two. We'll get your top 5 series. That'll be a fun one. I want to know who your top 5 is. Don't tell us. Keep that on the DL. But let's wrap this up. We've been here for a minute. This has been a long one. So, GMLB family, we thank you all for being here. We appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far, let us know in the comments. As always, if you want to email the show, we have our email, gmlbfans@gmail.com. We read all emails on the show. That's the best way to get a hold of us and to interact directly with us. But if you like what you see, we are available on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts for the full version of the pod. If you like clips, we post on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat, and TikTok. So find our socials there. We have our second channel, Good Morning Let's Basketball, where we post retrospectives, documentaries, and just current NBA videos outside of the podcast. That's always linked in the description. And with that being said, thanks again, GMLB family. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.